To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey, and behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today. Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Today's comics market is ripe with new titles by creators who are determined to get their books into your hands. My name is Onrie Kompan. For the last decade, I've been making and selling my own creator-owned comics and dealing as a collector in live sales. My signature series, Yisun Shin, is the book that cannot be defeated in battle and has over 250,000 copies in print. Now I'm taking comics to the next level and laying the groundwork for my fellow creators to get their voices heard so they can connect directly with you. This is your chance to engage live with top comic book talent and get your comics signed without having to wait in long lines or pay any fees. But remember, we only have a limited amount of their books in stock, so always remember to call it as you see it. You're watching Virtual Signings with Onrie, the live event show. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Virtual Signings with Onrie, the live event show. I am your host, Onrie Kompan. It is great to be here with you guys today. You know, I was having a conversation with my producer earlier in the week, and he told me that he really wanted to change out the intro for the show because he really wants to X out Ted Sikora from there. And I told him, I'm like, you know, Kyle, I've been really wanting to do that for a long time. And it's a lot of fun, you know, trying to, you know, come up with new ways to just like take Ted Sikora. He really put an effort into that intro when he was signing and everything. I mean, does he do that everywhere? I wonder. Like every time he signs books, does he like just go there and be like, here, look at me extending my convention setup? I don't know. You guys just have to see him at the next con. Well, anyway, enough about Ted Sikora. He's off watching Spider-Man and, you know, dilly-dallying. We got a great guest here for you guys today. She is amazing. I got to hang out with her last week at C2E2. In fact, we're probably going to talk about C2E2 right now. So it is my pleasure to welcome this incredible artist to our show. Please welcome April Rainey to the show. What's up?
Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm recovering from C2E2. I finally got my voice back.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't talked that loud or that frequently in, I don't know, a year and a half at least. I was like, goodness, this is awesome. And then the next day I got that smoker's voice going on. I was like, oh Lord.
Oh, wow. Well, my slapping hand is starting to have feeling in it again because I had to slap a bunch of people while I was at the convention. Get out of my book. What do you mean you don't want to buy my book? It's only $10. Slap, slap, slap. You know what I mean?
Right. I only do that in the Starbucks line. Get out the way.
How you doing?
Overall, very, very good. Very, very good. I've been finishing up some sketches and stuff for Chicago for C2E2. This is one that's currently on my drawing board. We're doing Death right now, so it's pretty awesome. I just mailed out the tattoo girl that I posted yesterday, so
Fantastic.
oh, whoever gets that, it's a super special something something. If anybody is interested in wondering what I'm talking about, you can check out my work on Facebook under April Reina or Reina Art, and Instagram as well. But I'm only like halfway understanding how to actually use that platform. Like if I don't have a picture to show, I don't know how to post on it. I'm just like, okay, well. Meh. Dank Dark Memes, friend me. Ha
Rob, what's going on? We got Rob Owens in the house. So, April, before we get why don't you tell us all who you are and what you do for those of us who are just tuning in and don't know who you are. Folks, look at her beautiful face. She's got the talent. You can tell us her background right now. April, who are you and what do you do? Who is your daddy and what does he do?
It's not a tumor. So who am I? I am April Reina. I'm a freelance illustrator that got my degree through Arizona State University in their art department. I don't know. I just glazed right over the computer animation degree and went straight into comics because telling a story three-dimensionally is just not as fun as doing it two-dimensionally. So at least I can apply what I've learned into something I'm passionate about. And don't get me wrong, I love a good cartoon, but nothing makes me more homicidal than, having my files corrupt twice in a semester. Oh, so fun. Anyway, I actually I accidentally stumbled into comics when I was about 17, working for a studio called Heroic Age Studios. And they happened to do color separations for DC Comics. So I was working in comics before I even read comics. It was kind of an amazing event. So I still have my portfolio from there, where Batman's Blue Lock was Law was my very first show, or my very first comic that I got to work on, and these were my pages that I've had.
Can we give her the full screen so we can see some of the artwork?
Yeah. Guys. Now, these are. Sorry for the lighting. These are not my pencils or inks. These are me plugging the stuff from the colorist into Photoshop. This is getting the comic books print ready.
Wow.
So this is just Photoshop. And it's really amazing working on comics on the back end and being able to go into the front end of the industry. It is a different dynamic altogether.
Well, you've certainly you're more than just simply the person who hides behind the desk drawing stuff. You have a personality, and you have your own show, right? So how did you get into the Artist Alley Shopping Network, and what's that been like for you?
It's been scary because I'm not really a tech savvy person. So I made a lot of errors in trying to pull guests on, trying to figure out what to draw or what to showcase for the Artist Alley Network. Now, I haven't done much on the shopping side of it because I get really nervous when trying to be a salesperson. So this is actually going to be an amazing experience for me personally. But I've been doing comics since 2009. So we've just celebrated, the 10-year mark in doing this on the forefront of comics rather than, just working for a studio. And I've known Tom Hutchinson for a very, very long time and have had the fortunate dealings with him on having my portfolio reviewed and trying to do cover art. And he has been a friend of mine for a while. And he was like, you know what? I really think that you're ready. Let's give this a shot. So pick your time slot. You can do a 2-hour show. So I usually do a Artist Alley Shopping Network show on Friday nights from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Most of the time I'm doing technique and live drawing and live coloring. It's really just an opportunity to share what I'm doing currently on my art table. I don't know what my kid is doing, but it sounds like nails on a chalkboard, so I apologize for that. Oh man.
No worries at all. So okay, so you're what do you do when you're on the Artist Alley Shopping Network? Do you just like pick out something random to draw for the audience? Like I know that, you know, I follow Steph Wilson, and you know, Steph has yeah, I know, right? Isn't the concept of that even funny? Like who would follow that?
Awesome. Yeah. No, he's great. Like to be able to, you can draw 2 kind of moments, or to do pre-sketched items and then to color them on the air. A lot of what I was doing on my show is just cover art that I have to crank out. Just like I'll go through the process of how I'm like creating it, or how I am, or like what sketch cards that I'm working on. I've done Babes of Retro sketch cards on the show, so you can get a first-hand glance as to the quality of art that you're getting before it even goes up for sale on Kickstarter. So it's really, really neat. I just kind of slide it in there, and Bianca's like, all right, just for you. I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, it does nothing but offer good publicity for the product. So that's what I'm all about. Like, I want to do a solid representation of things that I'm working on for clientele. I don't know how to, like, my friends who, yeah, it's cool. Anyway, I mean, it doesn't work out for like every single thing that I work on or work for. Obviously, when I was doing my Lady Death cover, that had to stay under wraps. But Witches of Westchester, that was created on the show. The Bunnies in Space, I can't remember if I did that one, but a lot of the cover art that I wind up submitting for indie professionals, like I wind up kind of manipulating and tinkering around with on the show. A lot of the time it's just terrifying to see a blank piece of paper and know where to go. And it's even leveled up a step or two whenever you're talking on air and not just in the privacy of your own home. So it's like, well,
everybody's
something.
Huh? Everybody's watching you when you're on the air. You know, it's like,
yeah.
It's such a different experience. And in fact, I hope that can we get back to our normal screen so folks can see us both. I feel like we're outcasting April here, and just putting the spotlight, or not outcasting, but just, you know, making her feel uncomfortable. Like here's the camera in your face.
Oh yeah, like yeah. Before you know, it's gonna be pay-per-view. Whoa.
Oh hey.
And we get the ratings.
Yeah, let's get those ratings out.
When I did my Kinktober campaign, a lot of the ones that were viewable, because there was a lot that really wasn't. A lot of the ones that I knew were going to be viewable, I would draw them up and get the clearance from the person who asked for that day, and then I would color them on the air while I was doing the Artist Alley Shopping Network show.
Wait.
So
hold on. So you actually color your own work too. You don't just draw in.
Oh yeah.
The whole thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Guys, April, she don't mess around.
No. Well, I mean, I do, but you know, I like.
Yeah. But not when it comes to her work, you know. And speaking of which, I actually have some exclusive stuff from you here, which you're going to tell us about in a second. But you want to show us something right now.
So this one's colored in Copics and colored pencils. This is from the Kinktober campaign.
That is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely gorgeous. And I love the use of color there, and I like what you did with the background in order to help the greens and blues really pop. That's outstanding. So I got to tell you, the only thing that the title of your book is not the only thing that's rising here. This is a very
yes.
cover. I absolutely love this. So tell me about this. And just so you guys know, these are art books that I actually got from April when I backed her Kickstarter back in May, was it?
Yep.
Rising
So
Tide?
when I did Squee After Dark, that was the October drawing campaign. And then I felt a little guilty at the fact that it's just so 18 and over that it's just not even funny.
Are you saying it's naughty? Eh?
Yeah.
Naughty.
Yeah. So then I decided to do the Mermaid campaign, and it's all PG-13 mermaid art, whether it be scary or beautiful. It's all hand colored, hand drawn, and inked. Some of it's done with Copics and some of it's done with colored pencils. But it was really a great opportunity to showcase my love of mermaids. Let's face it, you have to draw feet, woot woot, and and to be able to put that amount of art into a book. It is impressive. With Squee After Dark, I did 52 pages in 31 days. It was, I mean, wow, that was a lot of sleepless nights and a lot of coffee. And then when I did Mermaid, I did like 44, something like that, 42, plus some covers. So these books are massive. These books are very thick and on high quality paper. And the holofoil variants are very complementary to the books. In fact, the one that you're showing is my kinky version because, you know, we're the starfish's mouths.
Yeah, no, I love it. I absolutely. But I wanted to say something else you got in here. You have samurai.
Yes.
Samurai.
I cannot believe that that one is still available.
Well, I have it. I've just been sitting on it. Okay, so yes, it's available. Oh, we got a merman. A little Chippendale action going here. Check that out. Patrick Swayze. He would be he's smiling down on you right now.
And then Miss December on the opposite page.
Yeah, and check it out. He's even got a little cock in the right there. You guys see it?
That is exactly right.
It's got a big old cock right there. How big?
It's little Hey from Moana.
And wait, is this and that's December lace?
Yeah. Okay, cool. I had asked her if she would mind if I created her in a piece of art into some digital art. So she took a picture of her in a little like costume mermaid tail. You know, something that you with the shiny fabric, but you could still see their feet. So she was sitting on a stool in her house and got a photo and sent it to me. And I was just like, yeah, I can work with this. Yeah. So I created the digital art around her, lots of layers and transparencies in Photoshop in order to create that world. So that was really, really, really fun. And that gave me the confidence to be able to do the Kara Nicole cover for Squee After Dark Volume 2. So I don't have those in stock yet. Those are due to be in the next week or so.
Okay, so I got a bunch of variants here. But first off, before we start moving on, let's price everything out right now if we can. And folks, if you're watching the show, this is your chance. You can grab these books. These are for sale right now. If we sell through this, or even if we don't sell through these, April's also going to, if she wants to, of course, she'll show us some stuff that she has for sale. But let's start off with this. April, what do we got on this bad boy?
That is
a bad girl. Sorry.
That is a holofoil cover, and holofoil covers retail at $20. Plus, you get all the additives that are in the back of it.
Awesome. And then it also comes with this pinup too.
The mini print. Mm-hmm.
This is really great. So $20 on this, folks. Call it as you see it. I got how many holofoils? I think I only have one. I only have one of the holofoils. So first come,
really?
first. Yep.
Okay.
First serve for you guys. And then we got the.
Oh, you froze. Well, if as he is going through the mermaid campaign books, hey there. So as the matte finish ones are 15, and they all come with the mini print in the back. Some of them might even have the stickers or the bookmarks and whatnot. The blank variant usually sell for 15, and of course, keep in mind this is a 42-page book, so it's definitely got value to it. The blank variants, if you would like to have me create a piece on the blank variant, I usually charge $90 for the artwork and shipping and everything to be included with the book. So if you happen to buy the blank from him and then send it to me, I'll be happy to deduct the price of the book so that it's a fair price for you. But if you wind up having lots that you want to order, I do have at least 10 of the blank variant at my own home, and it would just be a flat $90, and that includes the shipping to get it to you. Whenever I ship, I always put everything into top loaders, and I reinforce it with cardboard padding to make sure that it's going to get to your destination in a intact fashion. I can't guarantee it's going to be post office proof. I have seen them really test the limits of some stuff, but I will guarantee my work to make sure that everything happens accordingly, because customer service matters a super big deal for me. So I would like to maintain happy customers. So yes.
April, it's Kyle, Onrie's producer. While Onrie figures out how the internet works, do you have copies of your books there with you?
I sure do.
So we can keep looking at them.
Yeah. In fact,
you were talking about holofoils, and I had walked away. So let's go back to holofoils.
No problem. I don't have the mermaid ones readily accessible, but I can move on to other things and we can come back to that. Yeah. Okay.
Whatever you've got, if they're your books, right?
Yes. So we were talking about the Squee After Dark. I happen to have the Squee After Dark regular cover, which is $15. And it comes with the mini print in the back. This is a 52-page book for $15. And I do have multiple copies of that. And I also have the holofoil version.
Ooh.
Yes, definitely for mature audiences. If you're easily offended, you may want to pass on these particular books. But the holofoil is $30. And I have a lot of custom blanks that I had prepared for C2E2. And some of them are hilarious. You know what? Let me pull them out.
Is that Bane from the animated?
It is.
So
yes.
The
streets run with Razzie Zazzy. You betcha. I love that. Love that cartoon. It is amazing.
Why are you always making fun of me?
Razzie. Yes. Bane with Razzie Zazzy is $55, and that includes shipping.
Onrie's calling me in the middle of the show. like while I'm on here hosting for him. Should I put him on speakerphone so we can all hear him?
Oh my goodness. You may have to
Keep
edit some
talking about
swearing.
these. I'll be right back.
Okay. So I also have Man Bat. These are all blanks that I did the custom covers for. So this is all hand drawn and hand colored with Copics. And it's got Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy in the background. You got Bane up there being the judge. Super, super fun. This one is also $55, shipping included.
I'm so excited for the next season of that show.
I know, right? I cannot wait. I basically do a rotation of West Wing, Harley Quinn, the animated series, and sometimes even The Simpsons. I'm currently on The Simpsons right now, but I just start right back at season 1 and then keep going just because they make me laugh. And
I do all the Aaron Sorkin shows, and then it's the Harley Quinn, Ted Lasso, some sitcoms in there. Now, that one's cool.
Yeah. So in the end of season 1, Commissioner Gordon had his fleet of tanks. So I did a Tank Girl homage.
All right, let's see if this Joker is actually back here.
The Joker is back.
Awesome.
The Joker is back. I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on with my internet right now.
Turn your phone 90 degrees, dude.
90 degrees. All right. There we go.
Now you're widescreen.
Now I'm widescreen.
So anyway, that one's $75. I love that one. Honest to God, I don't even care.
Yeah, that one's so cool.
That one is dope. Hang on, I want to see if I can get my you guys. You just keep going, April. I'm really sorry.
No, you're fine. I got Clayface doing his Frank Sinatra a bit.
I'm an actor.
Yeah. So all hand drawn and hand colored. This one's $55, shipping included. Shahrazad. This has like a sparkle finish to it. I loved the character, the idea of the character. So this is an official Big Dog Inc. cover with Shahrazad on the front. This one's $35 with shipping included.
35 with shipping included. That's a deal, guys. That is a solid holiday buy right there.
Cute little Batman, little Gotham.
Oh, I love that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, super cute. It's not my normal style, but I was playing around with it because it's on that little Gotham blank, and I was just having some fun. So this one's just $20.
Fantastic. For $20 for an original piece of art, guys. Sketch covers. Call it as you see it. You know what's up.
Yep. Batwoman.
Oh, that's a beautiful Batwoman. Okay, it looks like I can enter the extra.
Lies. So many lies. So anyway, this one's $75, shipping included.
All right, now I'm back on the internet now, and I'm hardwired in, so I don't think we should have any more problems. I apologize for that sincerely. Can I see that Batwoman again? That Batwoman is sexy.
Yeah.
Wow. That is
I love the contrasting red and black.
I do too. Her costume is actually way more interesting than Batgirl's, in my opinion. Like she has her own like thing going. It's great. I love Batwoman.
I do too. I was playing around. John Layman and I are we're friends or whatever. I would run into him at like weird spots, the comic store, daycare, whatever. It was just like, oh my God, you're stalking me, and he just laughed about it. Anyway, so on one of our misventures, I had him sign a Mars Attacks, and I had drawn one of the aliens from Mars Attacks, trying a pumpkin spice latte. So this one is officially signed by John Layman. It's black and white because the cover is that like magazine finish, and it doesn't really hold color very well. So rather than, cocking it up, like I just figured, I'll just keep it black and white. So this one is 30. And unfortunately,
were you a fan of Mars Attacks? Did you like the movie?
I like some of I did. I just think that sometimes it's so ridiculous that you can't help but have fun with it, right?
Sure.
So I definitely took it as a grain of salt. It was never meant to be a serious movie, and that's what I appreciate about it.
Sure.
Here's another one from the animated series.
Batman in Little Gotham.
Well, not necessarily, but I'm sorry, from the Harley Quinn animated series with the Zeus, with his his nether region all like censored out because he's creepy.
Hey, wait, I just thought he was missing his midsection. It's like that South Park episode where the freak strike. Girl without midsection.
Well, anyway, that one's 55, shipping included. This one's a favorite of mine. It's a Batman 66.
Wow, the detail in that is astonishing.
This is one of those for like the more serious collector that definitely appreciates the older TV show. So, yep, we got Penguin and Riddler and Joker featured on this Batman 66 cover. This is 75, and that includes the shipping. Like I said before, everything gets mailed in top loaders and reinforced with cardboard pads, so it's going to make it to your destination in tip-top shape. Here's another one that I really love. This one's the Penguin. I love the paisley tie that I created on his fancy tie. I don't know what they're called. I know they're super fancy with their name, but it is got the pinstriping on the suit. He's just very regal in this particular one, and I just loved creating it. So this one's 60, and let's see.
Let me ask you a question. Do you prefer a classier Penguin, or do you like the Batman Returns Penguin who was living under the circus?
That's a great question. I hadn't really thought on the Penguin part. I like to draw very pretty, so aesthetically, I would pick, a fancier, more well-to-do Cobblepot. But I've never really gone for the full-on sewer-dwelling Danny DeVito. Who knows? I might have some fun with that one. But I do, like, even with the Joker, I haven't really done a Heath Ledger Joker. I prefer him in his suit and tie and looking, dangerous, like sophisticated dangerous, not just batshit crazy. So anyway, so that one's 60. Catwoman fans.
Look at that, guys. Look how balanced she is, and how not balanced. Look how flexible she is.
Yes.
You get a good look at it. I mean, I could just, break me up.
Couldn't we all?
Yes.
So yeah, this one is 60, shipping included, on a Catwoman blank.
And guys, keep in mind, if you guys are calling these books right now, this is all going to April, and this is how we support artists and our guests on the show. So do us a favor, check out what she's doing right now, like and share this link here. Let everybody know that we got original sketch covers for sale right here, right now on on Virtual Signings. Not kicking it. We're kicking it days. There's no kicking.
Well, yes, that's right. No, well, I mean, only if you can kick as high as the Rockettes.
As Catwoman.
Yeah. I forgot what this young lady's name was. I'd have to check my Batman roster from when I did my Batman sketches. But essentially, her tattoos lift and are the superpower that she has. Oops.
Oh, that's awesome. I think her name is Girl with Midsection. Girl, girl born with
Yeah.
midsection.
So she's got tattooing all over her body, her fingers, her arms, her legs. This is a beautiful piece, and I can find the name and write it on the back so that you'd know, but it's gorgeous and I love it. And you could even see the snakes from her back tattoo lifting and coming to life. So
it is beautiful. So April, walk us through a day in the life. What's it like being you every day?
Well, it's not that glamorous. My office is kind of atrocious at the moment. I'm looking forward to getting my Squee After Dark books in so I can start doing fulfillment. And then I think the day in the life will get a little bit easier. My desk is covered in little pieces of tape of things that I need to do, like commissions that came in during awkward times when I can't find my commission list. So I need to find that again and get organized. I wind up, doing, I wake up, I get the kids off to school, I come home, make breakfast, and hang out with the husband for about, half an hour to an hour. And then I get to work at my art desk and I draw until about 2:30. And then go pick up the kids, do an hour to 3 hours worth of homework with them, and then down some coffee, and then I'm up until 1 o'clock in the morning doing more art, and then I just pass out from exhaustion and do it all over again. So it's really not glamorous.
No,
but
I don't think it ever is, but it appears glamorous. That's
every once in a while we get this wonderful opportunity to go and showcase our wares and ourselves at places like C2E2. And that makes it all worthwhile. It really does.
Was it a good show? Was it a good experience for you?
I would say yes. I have been told that it is a good benchmark when you can make your table cost back on the first day.
Oh, absolutely.
And I did. And that was amazing considering that I had a reduction in available tickets to consumers. It was amazing because I have never vended in Illinois before. So this was my first time vending. It was great to hang out and meet people that I had become associated with online. So to meet you and JT and I don't know. I kept running into people and introducing myself like, hi, I'm April Reina. And they're like, we already know who you are. And I'm like, oh my God. And I just turned Peter.
You are a superstar. You're awesome. And here's one thing I want to share my April story with everybody was first time I met you in person, you stayed to help me close down my booth and or hanging out with me and everything. And I really enjoyed our hangout together in Chicago. And I'm so glad that C2E2 was a successful show for you.
Hopefully it was to you too. I know that it's exciting and weird and just crazy with being basically not on a convention schedule and then trying to manage to put it back into your life, back onto the calendar. This is my third show the entire year of 2021. I did Comic Palooza, I did Baltimore, and then I did this show. And it was
of those three shows, which one would you say was your favorite experience?
Favorite experience is probably C2E2.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sorry. That was great.
I was thinking Baltimore.
Baltimore was deceptive. They had 2-hour-long lines to have people get screened for COVID. And unfortunately, I didn't see the numbers of people walking through to our area. And so It was a blast. Don't get me wrong. We were seated next to Carrie Ann and Steph Wilson and Jim Noble and Wendy Shaner. And we even moved Ruben Roas to be right next to us. So, I mean, it was the party aisle, but it was just us partying. So it was a weird show just because like we weren't seeing people walking through. They're at the end of it. Like I was able to pass out a couple of business cards. Trying to judge success for a show, it isn't just about the money. And it's not just about having fun. It's about being able to merge the two and to gain new clientele, I guess, to get people to know to look for me next year, that kind of thing. And I really wasn't able to pass out enough business cards or able to press the flesh enough to go, yes, this would be a successful show next year for sure. I want to definitely try again, but maybe not next year, maybe the year after, and see how that goes. It was also incredibly hard doing a show during a live Kickstart campaign and trying to, yeah, we won't do that again. Nope. That was hard. I had started Kinktober October 1st, and Baltimore Comic-Con was like October 24th. I launched my Kickstarter the night before. I hopped on a plane and managed to get out to Baltimore. And I wasn't as productive art-wise. I constantly felt really guilty about like trying to say hello to people rather than working. I was a woman serving 3 masters at that point, and it was really not fun. So, well, because I needed to sell myself as an artist. And to make sales. I needed to do the Kickstarter, not fulfillment, but the all of it. Anyway, it was 3 different things.
There's just so much of it, and the thing is that's the thing about Kickstarter is you're wearing so many different hats. You have to do all these different things, and it gets exhausting wearing all these hats.
It does, but I really got more comfortable doing the online pushing, the Kickstarter layout. Indiegogo, I'm still struggle with. Like I haven't had a successful Indiegogo campaign yet, but Kickstarter has been like 2 thumbs way up so far. So, yeah, I'm getting better. I'm getting better at making a more social online presence, which helps, but it's still kind of awkward and weird. And now we're getting back to in-person sales, and that's where I really feel like I shine, just because I don't like high pressure sales, but I love talking, and I love talking about art, and so that makes it super fun for people to just come and hang out at my table, and they flip through and give me feedback on what I'm doing well, what would maybe work better. I love people giving me constructive criticism, things that like I can bring to the table that would be helpful, whether it be smaller items or stickers or bookmarks or things that are fun. It's not fun to have them go, oh yeah, this is awful, this is terrible, blah 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 blah. Be like, okay, well, I'm sorry, I'm not your target audience, but okay, have a good day. There's a nice way to do it. But I don't know. I like a relaxed, chill table, and I hope people appreciate that about hanging at my table. So
I can't imagine why they wouldn't. I mean, but that's what the experience is. It's and this cons were that was my source of income for a long time. Mm-hmm. And once shows stopped happening, I had to find that's what got me into virtual sales.
Yeah.
But the thing that's interesting about comics is there's so many like areas for potential growth, like and potential sales too. I was talking with this guy who runs MetaZoo. Have you heard of that or seen those guys? So they have like this like Pokemon style type game, and they made a comic that went along with the game, and the comic has sold over 55,000 units just through their website push, because people are into the game and then they want to buy the book because the comic is connected to the game, and it just automatically sells. So there's so many different opportunities for distribution that go outside your standard distribution market. And Kyle and I were actually talking about this too. It's when certain creators have to redefine themselves and find those new markets. That's how trailblazing occurs in this industry, is when we're not allowed to follow the typical standard approach and have to find new ways of doing it. So I think it's really cool that you fell into having your own virtual show. I wouldn't call it a virtual sales show; it's a virtual art show. But nevertheless, it's you putting yourself out there. So on your show, do you try and have like some kind of like theme or some sort of like idea of so you just jump online and start drawing?
What I find really therapeutic and interesting is being able to show how I color, which I find is a different way of coloring. When it got very difficult to try to find art supplies, like Copic supplies, for instance, it became a struggle to get certain flesh tones or certain inks to refill my markers. And so that in conjunction with doing sketch cards for Dynamite, I was having oh my God, I had 200 Red Sonja cards to do, and I couldn't find art supplies. So I was like, So I called around to a bunch of art stores, and I figured out like who had what colors I needed, was able to go pick them up in bulk, and was able to successfully finish the sketch card set that I was on. But then I started realizing that a lot of people wind up just doing flat coloring, or they haven't really experimented with mixed media before, or get these beautiful art supplies for holidays, for birthday, Christmas, whatever, I don't know. And then they don't really know how to use them. So I use my art show as an opportunity for, I don't know, like, hey, I got this thing. Can you show how to use it? Yeah, sure. I'll bust out a scrap piece of paper. I'll lay down some color. I'll do some tinkering and some tools, and they can ask questions. And it's really kind of cool to do it that way. For instance, with Copics, it's alcohol based, right? So anything that's alcohol based will actually maneuver the ink around, and you can lay down a flat color and use the colorless blender, for instance, to back and forth or circle movements on top of that solid color, and you can create scales, or you can create texturing like dragon leathery skin, dinosaur skin, that kind of thing. Or you can lay a light color and a dark color and then blend back with the light color so that you can get a better coverage or transition. I've even got a air compressor, and I use the airbrush with the Copics. It's awesome.
That looks like the thing that they keep at the dentist office when they're cleaning your
teeth. You literally take it and click it, and then turn on the air compressor, and you can use it as an airbrush. And it works so great for backgrounds or I don't know, crazy large areas of color. Like the mermaids, for instance, you could get like a dark blue and a light blue, or purple or magenta, and you can do some crazy stuff with not only the scales for the tail, but also the background water is just amazing. I'll even take and airbrush an entire piece, and then I'll take the light colors and pull back the skin, so it all kind of looks about the same tone. but then it's just a little different. I don't know. There's no wrong way to color. And I think that that's the beauty of what I showcase on my particular show, is that sometimes I'm figuring it out there live while I'm streaming of what I'm going to create for somebody's cover. But then I also will do these coloring tutorials or these coloring transitions. A lot of the time I get people that show up towards the last hour, and that's when it gets fun because, well, I already know what I'm doing at that point. And it's just, I don't know, they can just sit back and watch it evolve. And then when I get done, I post a picture of the final product, because sometimes it takes an extra 30 minutes to clean up lines and maneuver things around. So
Do you scan everything, or do you just take a picture and then post it online?
I usually just take pictures. It gets really dodgy. Like it's really hard to man, people got some balls up in here. They grab people's art and make terrible renditions of it, and it gets really hard to copyright things. It's fine if they've got the cojones to take and manipulate the picture that has terrible lighting and it's skewed 20 degrees, then praise be. Like, whatever. But if it's for a cover, yes, I scan it. Yes, I send it to who it belongs to. Yes, I'll put it into an art book at some point, that kind of thing. Because I'm very, very proud of a lot of the work that I've been producing. And it's an honor to work with many of these indie professionals. And I mean, who doesn't want to raise the bar together,
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I agree.
I noticed that after each year, I usually put out an art book, and I don't think I really have to over these last 2 years, just because I've already been doing that with the Squee After Dark books, the Rising Tide books. Like those are pretty comprehensive. I don't need to cherry pick over the entire year to put together a convention sketchbook anymore. Like I've got a lot of solid work that have been represented through Little Demoness, through Bunnies in Space, Witches of Westchester, Naughty Fairies. I don't know. Just I've gotten to do a lot of great work, and I hope to elevate the books much like I'm elevating myself, because I've been leveling up each couple of months or each year that I've been doing comics. It's pretty amazing.
It is. It absolutely is. I'm so utterly impressed with what you're doing and how you're doing it. And I learned from watching you. And I these covers you're showing are dynamite. So April, let's go. If you don't mind, I just want to give folks a chance to call your Rising Tides books too. So before we were rudely interrupted, we had this foil cover here going for 20. What do you got on the sketch cover here?
So the sketch cover, it's basically a matte cover. So the blank book itself is 15. And then, of course, it's great quality paper, you guys. It's the best quality paper that I have come across. It literally can take markers, watercolor, colored pencil, ink, and it doesn't mess up the inside cover at all. Like the inside jacket, the artwork that's on the inside jacket is completely unskewed. It is incredible, and I wish that the big two would pick up on this paper stock, because it's the bomb. It's amazing.
It'll make it a lot easier in the future, I bet.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the upsale price is between this stock and like the Strathmore blank that they attach to the regular comic. But I mean, I've always liked IDW's blanks the best, just because they were nice and thin and they could take a beating and keep on ticking. But that inside jacket's trashed after I get done with anything, just because I almost paint with my Copic markers and it bleeds through like nobody's business. And that just became like that industry standard. Like, hope you don't love the inside cover, like whatever, it's fine. So then I get my printing done through Hero and Villain Designs. They're found on Facebook and on the web and whatnot. They're based out of Arizona, which is kind of cool because we were friends before I was actually, printing through them. Yeah. But he's just like, just give this a shot. I promise you won't be disappointed. I got a hold of that. Oh my God. I was sold. I'm like, yes. Like, you obviously know what you're doing. Yes, 100%. I trust you. I even trust him to pick out the holofoil papers that my holofoils get printed on. Cause I'm just like, you obviously know, you print for some of the best. Like, just don't do me wrong. You know what I like. I like this. So
that's awesome. Okay, so we got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left, folks, and we got a few other covers here I want to show off here.
Yes.
We got this right here.
Oh, yes. That one's currently out of stock. So if you want it, you got to get it from Onrie.
And how
$15.
much?
Mm-hmm.
$15. We got one copy of this, guys. And then we got this bad boy here.
That's the Shelby Robertson exclusive. He drew, inked, and colored that piece. It's beautiful. That was supposed to be released on Indiegogo. It didn't fund, but I took my Kickstarter money and printed it anyway. So I've got, I think, 4 copies myself. But if you want to get it from Onrie, it's $20. It's on holofoil paper. It's beautiful. 42 pages of full color, beautiful mermaid awesomeness.
What do we got here?
And that is the Kickstarter exclusive. I only printed X amounts, and that was it. So that's holofoil, $20. Mm-hmm.
$20 on the holofoil. And then I got 2 of these bad boys here. Hang on.
1 holofoil.
Yeah.
And 1 matte finish. The matte finish will be $15. The holofoil will be $20.
These are so beautiful, and I really love the artwork inside. April,
Thank you.
Honestly, I'm very upset about how we were abruptly cut off with this episode, but this hour just flew, and honestly, I learned so much from just hearing you speak and just getting a chance to get to know you more. And I have some people I want to connect you with, because I have a friend who's actually working on a mermaid based book. So I want to, maybe you guys can work something out. That would be really cool. Aside from that, I would really love if you and I could talk at some point and maybe have you do like a variant cover for me. I would love to work with you because you have such passion and you're really good with engagement. Like, even though you were slinging your stuff, you didn't come off as like this pushy salesperson. You just, and your prices are all fair for everything you're doing. If no one jumped on it tonight, that's their loss. It's totally cool. We'll have you back on the show at a different point. I just think everybody's probably excited right now because it's Spider-Man Day. Everybody went and saw Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think next time we have you on the show, we'll have better luck and we'll move through some of this stuff a lot easier next time because this is just really incredible work. And I want to thank you for coming on the show. You are absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
Anytime you want to have me, it'd just be a pleasure to hang with you. And and let me know how I can help. I'm all about it.
You're awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, folks. Well, hang tight. We got 1 minute to go. So coming up next, we got Nick Barucci's art show coming up. Nick is a solid dude, and I can't wait to see what he has for sale tonight. So guys, get ready because you're about to check out some great stuff. April, thank you again for coming. Guys, we're going to be off next week because it's Christmas Eve, but I will be back on the EXP next week for my live sales show. So I will see you guys then. And until that time comes, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys next week. April, we will see you again in the future. You're always welcome on the show.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.